This video is for you if you've ever struggled with student engagement, if you need their eyes on you, if you want them paying attention not to what's going on, then this video is for you. It's also for you if you've struggled using technology in your online classes. You are in the right place because in this video, I'm going to share how I married student engagement tips with technology to allow me and my clients to increase student retention and engagement, which allows you to make a steady income teaching online. So be sure to stay to the end of this video where I will share my number one tip that allows you to increase student engagement and decrease that tech headache. I'm Natalie and I teach online teachers how to increase their income by focusing on student engagement by easily creating and teaching interactive lessons with technology. Today I'm going to share how to increase student engagement in the online classroom. So before I jump in, a little background story. I taught special education in a public school for 5 years. I had students for 30 minutes at a time for math, reading, or writing classes, and then they'd go back to their homeroom teacher. So I had 30 minutes to teach a highly effective lesson. For my students reading, writing, math, it was hard. They viewed themselves as just not being good at it. They thought it was hard. It was hard for them. So, and if something's hard, it just, you're not interested, you're not motivated to work on it. It's just hard. You're like, oh, I don't want to do this. It's really hard. So, with it being hard, my students always found something else to keep their attention. It wasn't my lesson because math's hard. I was always chatting with a neighbor or their seat partner or whatnot. So I know I needed to make some changes and I knew I needed to do something different. So I took all the classes to learn how to effectively use technology to create these engaging lessons. Technology has always been interesting to my students. I've noticed they always loved when they got to go on the computer. It was computer time. They could work on the computer. It was just interesting to them and that they really liked that. So I learned how to better use technology and to integrate it into my classes. And after infusing my technology into my lessons, my students were more engaged. Their engagement went up. They were more excited to practice all of the math problems. They were more excited to start reading, start writing because it was fun. So as I transitioned to teaching online, I saw students weren't engaged but in a different way. They had, the distractions behind them, parents talking, siblings playing, dogs barking. They're constantly playing with their virtual background in Zoom. They're changing it. They're chatting with each other in the chat box. So still disengaged, but in a different way than in a physical classroom. So I knew I needed to make the same changes and I had my toolkit ready to go. I just needed to tweak a few things for the online learning and I saw the same results. Student engagement went up, student retention went up, and I'm able to make a steady income teaching online. So here are 5 tips that help you create highly engaging and interactive lessons for your online classroom. So tip number 1, know your students. What are their likes? What are they into? And put that into your lessons. You can create a whole lesson based off of what they like, or you can theme a lesson around what they like. So for example, if your age group of students likes animals, you can teach classes about specific animals, ocean animals, dinosaurs, safari, jungle animals. You can teach classes on those animals. Or you can theme your classes around their likes. So if you're teaching a math lesson, you're integrating animals into your slides. Word problems then become about animals. You have pictures of animals into your slides. So it's a lot more fun, visually engaging, and students are always on their toes. What is going to come next? What am I going to see next? So integrate their likes and their interests into your lesson. Tip number 2, use technology to go beyond just the simple slides or printed worksheets. This is exactly what I teach in my program, in my coaching program, how to go above and beyond the simple slides and how to integrate and learn how to use technology, infuse technology into your classes. So for example, you can teach a lesson with a site called Nearpod, and it allows you to quickly add in matching games, lets your students draw on the slides. You can add in 360 images. You can quickly add in quizzes. Nearpod is a very, very great site, very great tech tool to use to add in those interactive activities. And it's so fun for students. My students love looking forward to a lesson fully used with Nearpod. Tip number 3, let students do the talking. If you spend the whole time talking and teaching, your students are going to tune you out. They're not engaged. They're not going to listen to you for the whole class. So let your students do the talking. Tip number 4, add games to your lesson. This could be a quick matching game created with Canva, Google Slides, or it could be a game that could take up more of your class time. An example of a game is the Unfair game. Great for practice problems. There are several different games that you can play. Games that you can save to the end of class. That's a really, really fast-paced game. Go over what you just taught. Or you can create a game that's longer, so it takes up more chunk of your class time, and you can use it to practice what you've just taught. So if I taught a math concept, say we're adding double digit numbers, and I just taught how to do it. Now we want to practice it. Instead of giving your students lots of time just to practice it, make it a game. Make it fun, and they're going to be answering questions for a very long time because it's fun. They're practicing in a safe environment. Games are a win for everyone. Tip number 5, use game sites like Blooket or Kahoot. This is the best tip I can give you because these sites, they're sites you can create a game on them, and they're super fun games. Students always are favorites for Blooket or Kahoot. You're able to create your own question sites, question and answers, or you can search pre-made games with already questions and answers filled in. Great for practicing the content you just taught as well. If you want to create interactive lessons with technology, jump on a free mini coaching session with me. You'll gain clarity on what technology can do for you and your classes to help you teach interactive classes that your students will love to come back to. And your students, getting them to come back is a lot easier than constantly going out and finding new students. We want to keep the students we have. We want to retain those students. And by building up our student clientele like that is a great way to then make a steady income teaching online. Link down below if you're interested in signing up for a free coaching call. We'll go over your classes, what subject you're teaching, and what technology you can use to bring in that extra engagement into your classroom. Thanks for watching today's video all about student engagement and using technology to build up those interactive classes. And be sure to hit that like button, subscribe so we can reach even more online teachers, so we can help empower teachers with using technology, confidently teaching with technology, so we can reach and teach our students to the best of our abilities. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.